Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening, one. Good evening, all. Welcome to another session of comedy from my living room. Actually, the living room is over there. This is I don't know, what do you want to call this area? The bar area, kitchen area. Anyway, I guess nobody got the memo. I suck. Nobody watches my channel. I don't know what happened. I don't know what brought you over here, but here we are anyway. Welcome to another session of me practicing my memory tool. This complete set is memorized. I took a walk and I pounded a whole set into my head. I won't bother to read out the initials to you. I won't bother to read out all the code words because I did that one time at open mic and everybody in the audience stared at me like I was crazy. And I have to get used to doing this too. For example, I have to be my own MC. I have to introduce myself. No one's going to bring me up. I say, well, here he is. Here's the jackass that you've been waiting for. Another thing I got to get used to too is, this is the good part about it, I don't got to watch other acts. When you go to an open mic, you got to sit through like 10, 15, 20 acts before you go on stage. And unfortunately, you want to appreciate, you want to support the other act, but you're sitting there trying to memorize your set. And it's kind of hard. After a while, you go enough mics, you kind of learn to do it. You learn to integrate. You learn to take in. A more seasoned comic will get to do that. But it's not always reciprocative. It's not always a two-way street. You'll sit and you'll support other comics who will then walk out after their set and leave. So by the time you go on stage, maybe there's 2 or 3 comics left in the audience at midnight and you don't even get a laugh, or you get like there's something folks called the 3 comic rule. 3 comic rule means is after you get up and you do your set at an open mic, out of courtesy to support the open mic, ideally you should stay and watch a minimum of 3 acts, the 3 comic rule. Anyway, talking about blowjobs, I'm sorry, I have a rule. If a woman is going to, no men, no transvestites allowed, only women. A woman is going to give me a blowjob, she can't have any teeth. Sorry, I just can't risk it. No, denture, you have to get rid of the dentures too. So the next time I want a blowjob, I'm just going to go to some crack-ridden, some area where everybody's missing teeth and look for somebody with a... To all the customer service representatives who I was rude to, who I was a jerk, whether you were in India or Philippines or Thailand or right here in the good old... I apologize if you caught me on a bad day, if I was being a dick. It wasn't about you. It was about whatever the hell was going on in my life, and it was very convenient for me to be a keyboard gangster, if you know what I mean, and be mean to you from behind the phone. But I am apologizing, and I am a recovering asshole, like I said. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, all right. Well, another reason why I'm making these videos, in addition to not having a life, is because I tried calling up the suicide hotline and they hung up on me. It's true. When you call up the suicide hotline, you better have the gun in your hand and be ready to pull the trigger. Otherwise, they'll say, call us back tomorrow when you're ready to kill. Oh, you don't have the gun in your hand? Oh, you don't have the rope, the noose around? No, sorry, I have to take other calls. And they literally hung up on me. I don't know what to say. Now we're up to the hard part of the set, the closing. The closing part in any comedy set is always the hardest because you want your opening and your closing act is always the key ingredients in any set. That's how you get laughs. That's how you bang them out and again. And I don't have the prop that I had used for one fantastic close that I did at a Bringer show. I had gotten this afro, a woman's afro, and I put it on my head for the set. And I said, I would like to thank all the assholes who contributed to this fine hairpiece. And then I removed the afro to show my bald head, because I not only am the president, but I also am a client. That's it. I'm sorry, it was a stupid bringer show. I don't know why the hell I went there. 12 people came, and then when I walked out, the bouncer wanted to see my receipt to make sure I paid, because he didn't even know that I was performing. That's what these bringer shows are like. They don't watch you, they don't care, they just take your money, and then they say F you, goodbye. It's exploitation of comedians, but I don't want to go on a rant, say anything bad about it. As you can see, that's why I'm doing YouTube now. That's why I'm doing comedy on YouTube. It's gotten to that point where I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna make a jackass and a fool out of myself. So I'm walking down the street, someone, oh, don't I know that guy from somewhere? What? I knew that guy. That's a jackass on that stupid channel, Comedy from a Living Room. Anyway, folks, thank you for allowing me to make a fool out of myself, even if you didn't get the memo. There's no Patreon, there's no Gold, there's no Amtrak luxury class. We're all in coach class. Everybody's in coach class. No commercials either, because I got no sponsors. Okay, there's no HelloFresh, or I don't know whatever the hell, the cooking meals and going on a diet. No, I'm a fat slob on a retarded diet, stupid diet. Can't say certain words, I'm sorry. I apologize. A stupid diet, a dumb diet. We keep it simple here. We keep it no frills. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. That's all I have to say, folks. Last word.